Romans, players, America, lend me your ears.
What up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another ranking from Melanie King. Check it out.
Check it out. Stop looking at me and check it out.
Hi, Jenna.
Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, Jenna. How old are you?
37.
37. And where are you located?
Oklahoma City.
And what do you do out there?
I'm an entrepreneur. I own a few businesses here.
Okay.
Okay.
And how tall are you?
5'5".
And what would you say
she
your
looks
body
taller.
type is?
I'd say curvy.
And so you can, it's real like revealing and stuff. You can see like the centrifugalness of my body.
Curvy? Okay. Now, in terms of a man, what are you looking for in terms of height?
I prefer 6 feet or above.
6 feet.
That's the thing. The whole 6'6" thing. You know. I never realized how fortunate I am to be a 6-foot guy. But yeah, I fit the mold here. But let's go.
Or above.
Yeah,
Ooh.
by preference.
And in terms of body type, what are you looking for? What's your ideal?
I don't have one.
You know what? Somebody in here is trying to play me for a fool.
Really?
No.
So he could be on my 600-pound life?
No, but I think that like when I think overweight, I think like 300. But if you're like 6'6" and 300.
Wow. Let me just say this. She got some big hands.
She had man hands.
Don't you just love lobster?
She has some huge hands. But I did see a little bit of her body type too, and you know, and the sweater puppets were nice size. Okay, very nice size. I can tell she really is a more of a bigger, I guess you could say, large and voluptuous. She calls it curvy. That's fine. There's a market for it because I wouldn't really call her fat. And it's cool that she's open to body types herself. That's actually a plus in the mentality area. I'm just kind of tripping off the hand size. That, you know, as a guy, I have to take all information in, okay? And hand size is one of those things. Now, either, you know, she had some changes done, or we're going to have a quarterback as a son. One or the other. I just don't know. But let's go in.
Pounds, it kind of sits different, or you could be 200. Like, as long as you're tall to kind of offset, I feel like it makes me feel smaller to have a bigger
so
man.
You want a guy who's bigger because it makes you feel small.
Yeah.
Oh.
The sweater puppets, they're out there.
I bet your mama got some big titties.
I'm just saying. I probably shouldn't even be saying that, but I can't help but to notice stuff like that. I'm taking in all information. Okay. I'm even taking the information. She got a flag in the background. I wonder if she was married to a vet and maybe she's a widow or something. I don't know. I see that flag in the back. It could be her father's or somebody's, but again, I take in all information. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, what are you looking for in terms of what he does for a living, how much he makes?
I feel he would need to be a professional. He doesn't necessarily have to be a business owner or I'd prefer that he would make six figures, just to be able to feel confident with me making more. He doesn't have to make more than me, but
so you make six figures. Is it high six figures, mid, the low?
high,
High six figures.
high six figures.
So we're talking closer to $1 million?
Yes.
Okay. And that's what you bring in after, taxes and all. I'm talking about your actual salary. Okay.
Yes.
And do you own your own home, rent?
I own.
You own. Have you ever been married?
No.
Any children?
Yes.
How many?
I have one 10-year-old
10-year-old boy or girl?
boy.
Boy. Now, when was your when did you guys break up?
When he was 6 months old.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
early.
Yeah, that's early.
And how long were you guys together?
For about a year and a half.
About a year and a half. Now, what would you say led to the end of that relationship? You don't have to give details like your.
I haven't seen this before. I'm wondering if she's going to say he was just not secure with who I am as a woman or how much money I made or something like that. I wonder if she's going to say that. Look, it could be a million different reasons why it didn't work out. I'd just be interested to know if that's it. Again, I haven't seen this, so don't knock me over the head if I'm wrong about this. Let's go in.
All the details, but what would you say kind of ended it for you with him? Because a lot of guys are going to want to know, especially him being your child's father.
I think that we didn't know each other enough. We'd waited to have sex before, like we waited until we were engaged to have sex, and then
you were engaged. Okay.
we got pregnant the first time that we had sex, and we just didn't really know each other that well. And I think that I think that was the biggest piece of it, possibly. And he didn't really help much.
In terms of
going into that as well, but going into parenting together, I think that was tough because you don't really know each other, and then you're thrown into parenting.
Mm-hmm.
And so he didn't help much there, and he just wasn't a partner.
So what's your problem? You can't call nobody. Girl, my probation thing's gonna be all right. You just lost the best thing that ever happened to you.
I'm confused. How do you get engaged to someone that you don't really know? We didn't really know each other. Well, how did you get to the engagement part? You didn't have intimacy until you were engaged? I don't know. It just seems like so many. Maybe she was trying to do it right or something. I don't know. I'm wondering if she's highly religious. Like, why did it take so many steps to get to where you are? Why do it in that order? Like, and then you get pregnant the first time that y'all do it, and then you're thrown into parenting, and then you find out he's not a good parent. That's when hormones and everything is raging, and situations can be stressful. Maybe he wasn't holding the door open or holding her hair when she threw up in the toilet or something like that. and she took it as you're not helping me with this pregnancy. And she was probably scared, nervous. It was probably her first one, you know, especially of a kid that she had. She only got one. So I don't know, that seems like a bit of a disaster there. Now question is, am I gonna have to wait until we get, you know, engaged to be intimate? You know, what are your parameters, your requirements? Because that's pretty important. Let's go in.
It wasn't helping you in terms of being a parent, and then also financially he wasn't where he wanted to be. Did you have your business back then?
No, I didn't.
You just had were just working a normal job.
I was working a normal job. By the time we split, I didn't have a job towards the end, but I made more than him. I brought more into the home than he did. So there was.
Here's the thing about income. I get women are hypergamous by nature, and they want a guy who makes more money than them. But if money is coming in, and you're living comfortably, what difference do it make? What difference do it make? I mean, if I rock with her, right, and she make more money than me, so the money, as long as the money is coming in, money is just to help the house. That's all money is designed to do, to help the household. You shouldn't be tying egos to money. Men, women, either one. Nobody should be tying their egos to their money. That means if you make less, your ego shouldn't be damaged. And if you make it more, your ego shouldn't be greater. The goal is to get the house in order. The goal is to take care of everybody under the roof. However that gets done, let it be done. But leave the egos at the door. That's just how I feel about it. If I'm right, put it in the comments. If I'm wrong, put it in the comments. I like to know. Let's go in.
Definitely imbalance there, but on a lower scale than it would be.
See, she says it's definitely an imbalance. See, this is what tells me that she has an ego. With how much money she makes in it. She's emphasizing it so much. And I know, Melanie asked her the question, but it seemed like her money is tied to her ego. And that's where the problem comes in at. Now, if she really wants to feel comfortable, she's going to have to date a millionaire. Question is, do a millionaire want her? Will she be doing what a millionaire would want in a wife? Probably not. So if she's not going to be a traditional, typical wife that a millionaire would want, then she's going to have to let go of the ego of her making the money. It's just simple as that. I don't know if she realizes that, but let's go back.
Now that I've experienced.
Now, how are things now with him with the co-parenting? Like, is you having issues, like in terms of he bring drama?
Oh, he doesn't bring drama. He's no, just not very involved still.
He's just decided not to be involved. Okay.
He comes around. I mean, like once every other month, like for a few hours, we'll hang out with him, but it's not a consistent.
My question is, why not? Why don't you just get back with this guy? Why don't you just get back with the child's father? You know, and don't beat him up about how much money he makes. Now, if he don't want to be a part of this situation, there's nothing you can do about that. But the question is, why don't he? Are you going to beat him over the head with how much money he makes and how much money you make? Is you going to beat him over the head with that? Are you on your ego right now? Why does this guy not want to be around you? I'm sure he's sticking it out to be around his kid every once in a while, but it seems like he don't want to be around you. Why? Whatever it is, you need to fix it and get back with him. That's what you need to do. Let's go.
Co-parenting. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, in terms of what you're looking for now, you said you want a man to be a professional, to make close to what you make.
No, he doesn't have to.
So are you okay with an average man? Because I think the average man's salary is $50,000 to $60,000.
I'm okay with that.
Whoa.
That was me at one point. I don't see a problem with that. I think the problem comes where the man feels less of because of it. That's the only problem that I see. I don't.
Okay, and that's good. That's good to know. So, I guess her ego is not attached to how much money she makes. She's saying the man's ego is attached to how much money she makes. And the question is, how is that manifesting? How are you treating the men in your life? Because even though you might not mind how much he makes, he might feel like he's being sunned. You see what I'm saying? He might feel like he's being sunned by you. And no man likes to be sunned. No man likes to be emasculated by their woman all the time because of money or whatever the case may be. So it's good that you're saying that, but I wonder how much will your actions match what you're saying? That's what I want to know.
I personally don't have an issue with it.
So if a man is confident, you don't have a problem with you being the breadwinner of the relationship or family. Now,
No.
a lot of men will say, and I'm just because I give a little back and forth. A lot of men will say, if you make that much money, you will feel like you wear the pants in the relationship. Are you able to, were you said you waited to your engagement to be intimate with him? Was that because of religious reasons?
Oh, wow. Melanie is hitting on all the questions that was in my head. Good job, Melanie. Me and you think a lot alike, girl. Okay, good job. I haven't seen this before, so I'm a little surprised by her questioning because it really was some of the questions that I had. So let's go in.
I would say more, yes, religious reasons, spiritual reasons. I was celibate at the time.
Okay.
And so I just kind of was playing things a little different at that point.
Religious.
Because I felt I had done it wrong so many times that I was like, I'm going to try a new approach and see
and then you get pregnant.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And it didn't work.
Right.
It definitely didn't work.
So, but are you okay with a man still being, in terms of are you looking for just just someone casual, a long-term relationship, or you want to get married?
I think a long-term relationship, that's pretty much what I see. I would never say that. In previous years, for the past 10 years, I've not wanted to be with anyone and I've been focused on my career. Now I just see, I think that's the one piece that I'm missing is companionship, and it can just be lonely when you have things versus an actual, someone to travel with and just a partner in life. So. It doesn't necessarily have to be married. We don't have to get married, but I do want like a long-term relationship.
Okay, long-term, maybe you guys.
We don't have to get married. I find that interesting. I just find that interesting. Women really don't be trying to get married when they make a lot of money. They just don't. That's where the game is messed up. That's what guys need to really be looking at. Like, if she made the money you made, would she want to get married to you? Because when women make money and make a lot of money, they don't care nothing about no marriage. I'm telling you. We can have a long-term relationship, but I ain't getting married. So the question is, are women trip? Why do women trip when men don't want to get married? We don't want to get married for the same reasons. Women don't want to take no financial loss, no risk to their money. The only risk they want to make is that they want to make sure that they, get an advantage financially. So, but when it comes to their money being on the line, I ain't trying to get married. I just find that interesting. Like, why are there so many men out there who want marriage? When you see a woman making the same amount or more than you, she ain't thinking about marriage, so why are you? I mean, you got to think. You got to think logically. And a lot of women, when it comes to money, they are so aware of the risk of marriage when they are the breadwinners. And a lot of men aren't. Jeff Bezos, you know, uh, Bill Gates, you know. I would probably only say Elon Musk. He didn't get married, but it's just funny to me that when women got the bag, they ain't thinking nothing about marriage.
Straight up on the real. Straight up.
I just find that interesting. But let's go in.
End up living together and that type of thing.
Possibly,
Or no?
yeah.
Possibly. Okay. So, in terms of, so you're looking for something long term. Now, when was your last relationship? Was it with him?
My last serious relationship was with him. Yes, I haven't lived with anyone since. I've dated.
Yeah, dated. Probably a couple jump offs here and there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. She's a grown woman. Let's go.
Very sparingly.
Okay.
But I've just held off for raising a son and
You're
trying to just build
focusing on
my
your
career.
Okay, in your career and your son. And in terms of, do you feel? I guess have you seen the dating market as of recently? Because even 10 years
Yeah.
ago, it is completely different than it is
Completely
now.
different. That's kind of what brought me here. Someone recommended
Okay.
me to come on, because it's completely different, and it's definitely online dating is different. Apps, the approach. I think that even I've gone on a few dates. I tried to date somebody for a little while at the beginning of this year, and it's just interesting. I think partially, I mean, maybe just being in my mid-30s, men have changed a little bit from being in my mid-20s. So some of them I think are still in that mindset of mid-20s. So I think you still have the ones that just are looking for sex, a lot of them are just coming out of marriages. It just varies. And so everything that I have seen, I'm ready to leave the dating world again and just like hang out by myself and be good there. But I think there's a pool that says like, okay, you just have to keep going. Like there's more fish in the sea. What you see online isn't necessarily what's out there. You just have to be open to it.
Yeah, because I would say there are a lot of good men out here. I talk to them every day on my channel. I think, a lot of them are tired of the dating world as well. One thing I will say, though, in terms of finding like a lot of women, if you are past a certain age, or if you're in your upper 30s, I'm 40, so, and I have 2 children and divorced. So, and I'm talking to them, the general sentiment that I'm finding is that, and not all, because there's men who've even called and I've talked to, they don't feel this way. But what you'll find is that a lot of men, if you are above a certain age and you have a child, they see you as just someone for sex. Like that is what you're going to get, especially on the dating apps. That makes it really, really, really hard. It's just a different economy. Everyone it's a different thing. Now, in terms of long-term relationship, just so I can clarify, you are looking just for somebody to maybe be a companion. Maybe you guys both have your own places to live. You support yourself. He supports himself, but you're not looking for kind of like the Disney carriage, marriage, and all of that stuff. You're more realistic about your expectations.
100%. I mean, I didn't want to get married. Like the past 10 years, I've been looking at, you know what? I just don't want to get married. That's not for me. I just don't think that I can see that in my life. And so now I can see somebody. Okay. So it's more of, okay, I can actually see myself with someone, but not it's not a fairy tale ending whatsoever. And I think one thing is finding somebody who is self-aware, who is working on themselves as well. It's not this picturesque version of what I see. I think it's more of a finding somebody who's similar, goal-oriented, trying to make themselves something versus just you find somebody and you have this fairy tale ending and you guys are perfect together. I don't see that.
Okay. I mean, I think that's realistic because you'd be surprised the number of women who are just like, I'm whatever age, I have this many children and I still believe I'm going to get, they still believe in certain things, but they haven't worked on themselves in any kind of way. But they're very
I think that's when you
unrealistic.
settle.
Right. And I don't like to use the word settle. It's not settling, guys. It's compromising.
Exactly. Melanie, bars. We have to get rid of this word settling. That part, I really don't like that. I don't really like it's not her fault that she came up with the word settling. It's just part of the current dialect in English, and especially in the West. That's just a word they like to use, settle. I'm glad Melanie corrected her though and said compromising, because that's a word that women need to get more familiar with. I mean, settling has a negative, meaning to it, and compromising is more positive. I mean, look, a lot men settle all the time, but at the same time, we don't bring that word up as, oh, I have to set. You don't hear men talking about, oh man, I had to settle for this chick. You don't hear men saying that. We don't use that settling word. That's a woman word, and it's negative. Okay, compromise. How about that? Negotiate, cooperate, cooperation. How about these words? Because when you're talking about settling, then you're talking, like you had to settle for me, and nah, you ain't got to settle for nothing. I'll be out. I don't need nothing. Like, you can't sun me. But I'm glad Melanie corrected her. I hope she corrected more of the culture with some of the ladies. Let's go back in.
We all got to compromise in business and everything else. You're not settling. You're compromising and being realistic about your goals. Now, in terms of ethnicity, do you have a preference?
No, no, not necessarily.
Okay, so you're open. All right, guys, what we're going to do now, I'm going to keep you up for a second, and I'm going to add someone in. I'm going to add.
All right. Well, that being said, I'm not going to get into that, but let's go ahead and rank her, y'all. Check this out. And there you have it. This young lady was, she was different than a lot of the panelists I see on some of these shows. But all that being said, let me go ahead and rank her face. For what I could see from her face, she didn't have a bad looking face. I gave it a 6.5. Onto her body seemed like it was thick but curvy. Now, I'm not mad at thick and curvy. I'm really not. And she has some stuff to work with, so I gave her body a 6. Onto her mentality, I didn't really see anything overly egregious, but she seemed reasonable, especially when it came to money and stuff like that, and body type. So for that reasons, I gave her mentality a 7 for a total of 19 points. All right. Now, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Y'all put it in the comments. Let me know. Actually, it's 19.5 points. So, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Y'all let me know. Put it in the comments, and hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. Share this with your friends. Let me see what they see, and let me see what they know. If what would they give the ranking of? Okay, of this young lady. I gave her 19.5. What do y'all think about that? Thanks for joining. I will catch y'all in the next one. Deuce.
Who you talking to? You say what they want but can't. I say what you think but won't.